After hours of causing chaos through Albuquerque streets yesterday, everything finally came to an end late last night.
The last of the protesters finally left downtown around midnight. It lasted about 12 hours. It started off peaceful but ended in some arrests. News 13's David Romero has been out all night covering the story. He is live at APD headquarters this morning. David, much quieter out this morning?
Yes, it definitely is, Elizabeth. And of course, those streets look normal once again. That means that both cops and protesters have gone home. Now, the last group of protesters were at Central and 4th. This was around 11, and it looked more like a show than a protest. And of course, that scene is just from before midnight, with the crowd protesting APD and shouting profanities, including "F the police," as cars drove through Central. A group of about 50 people ended up in the area from where they had been tear gassed earlier near APD headquarters. Now, Albuquerque police kept their distance from the crowd at a block away near 5th and Central. Some of the people I spoke with said they were there carrying on the protest message from earlier in the day, but many said they joined in because they just happened to be there. Then, as quickly as they gathered, they left just after midnight.
Do you think this is peaceful?
I don't know. They're both not in the right, but I'm just here kind of to watch.
I think protest is a very strong message, but it's kind of unorganized at this point. I think everyone needs to kind of be on the same page in order for it to be effective.
And of course, that crowd from Central and 4th left on their own without any requests from police or nearby businesses, and then there was no word of that group popping up anywhere else in the city overnight. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you for bringing us up to speed. Police and the city have had their hands full this morning. They tell us that they will be out early cleaning up the graffiti and vandalism that were left behind. You know, protesters were certainly not shy about taunting and testing officers' patience.
All day, police and city leaders pushed for a peaceful ending to the protest, and how the city responded is a very big deal. Take a look. Here's a video we got from one protester.
Thank you. Step back, please. Step back. I have a right to film you. You gotta get out of my face. I'm not in your face, sir. You're a public servant. I'm on public property. I'm holding a third-party record.
All right, obviously a contentious and highly stressful situation there. The Triangle Police Substation in Nob Hill was vandalized, and wherever protesters showed up, police were not far behind. And many officers, the ones you see there, were in riot gear and tear gas masks as they tried to keep the crowd under control.
We want people to be able to protest, obviously. They have their First Amendment rights to do that, but what it appears we have on our hands now is a smaller group of individuals whose main goal is not to protest, but to put the public and themselves in danger.
Mayor R.J. Berry there says at least one officer was hurt. We have not heard exactly how that officer got hurt or how bad the injuries are. Mayor Berry also says some officers were trapped in their patrol cars and some were even spit on. Now, certainly no one expected the protest to grow like it did or go on as long as it did. Protesters were flirting with danger for more than 10 hours, and here is how it all escalated.
The plan was simple. March from 1st and Central downtown to APD headquarters. Hundreds of people just wanted to get their message about justice and APD out, then call it a day.
Justice to me is not putting any more families through what my family and the other 36 families have been put through.
But that plan quickly fell to pieces and turned to chaos as protesters piled onto Central, at least one of them possibly with a gun.
I said I'd be careful with having that gun, man. You're gonna get shot.
I know. It's an open carry state, though.
Sky News 13 got a bird's eye view of the rowdiness. Car traffic replaced foot traffic. Hundreds of people invading Central in both directions, with more joining them by the minute.
I was just coming home from work and saw the protest, and we pulled over and got out of our cars and joined the protest because we disagree with the shooting that's going on in Albuquerque and we want it to stop.
Then police tried to calm the chaos with dozens of officers in riot gear at UNM.
I've never seen anything like this before.
One of the event's organizers says this is not what she drew up. After marching up and down Central, protesters got face to face with more police in riot gear, with neither side budging. This was at 5th and Roma, and for about an hour, neither side gave an inch, despite the possibility of police using tear gas. Protesters eventually turned their attention back to Central, then even I-25, with at least one person lying down in the middle of traffic.
Yeah, I'm as confused as you guys are. I'm not so sure that this is going in the right direction anymore.
As the sun began to set, someone even climbed this street light on Central.
I'm not exactly sure what they're planning to do with that. It's public property.
Well, there is now a call for another demonstration, this one to support Albuquerque police. The event is posted on Facebook. It is called Supporting the Albuquerque Police Department. It's asking people to go to Civic Plaza to show support for APD. Now, this is going to be in a couple weeks on April 12th from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Again, that is at Civic Plaza.
The activist group called Anonymous delivered its promise of a cyber attack on the city of Albuquerque. It shut down APD's website yesterday. We checked throughout the morning, and it is now back up and running. Those so-called hacktivists have also been using social media. Some have tweeted out links claiming to have the personal information, including home addresses and phone numbers of APD leaders. But some of the information is wrong. The link has spread repeatedly over social media, but if you dial up, for example, Chief Gordon Eden's home number that's listed, you get his office. If you call the number to Deputy Chief William Roseman, you get this guy, William Risman, who is not the deputy chief and has never been in law enforcement.
I got these 3 phone calls last night. I had no idea who they were. It is scary because I don't know what they're advocating that they do. It puts myself, my wife, my dog, and my birds in danger.
And Risman says he is worried that someone upset by the James Boyd Foothills shooting might try to take out their frustrations on him instead.
Of course, all this public outrage sparked after Police Chief Gordon Eden initially called the shooting of James Boyd in the Foothills justified. A few days later, the mayor said the chief made a mistake, and Gordon Eden backpedaled from that statement, saying a full investigation will be conducted. Then this weekend, the Albuquerque Journal released a flash poll asking folks what they thought about the shooting. Well, 53% say they do not think it was justified, while just 15% say it was. 32% had no opinion. And a new poll out this morning, also in the Journal, finds that just more than a third of registered voters have confidence in APD. That's a big dip from 6 months ago, when half of voters said they approve of the police department's performance. Again, we'll continue to follow all the fallout and the latest developments from the deadly APD shooting of James Boyd in the Foothills and the protests yesterday. Check it out on air here on News 13. And of course, anytime at KRQE.com. That's where you'll find more videos, pictures, and a blog from the protests yesterday. And if you have pictures or video from it that you would like to share with us, we would like to get that. Please send it to reportit@krqe.com.